Alright, today is Saturday, May 4th, 2013, so hope everybody is having a nice weekend. In this video, we're going to take a look at Apple, Amazon, Google, Netflix, and Facebook. All these stocks have recently just posted earnings. So with that out of the way, I thought, we could take a little post-earning review and take a look at their price action and see if there are any trade possibility or some price level to watch for future trade potential. So let's start off with Apple. Right now we're still looking at the weekly chart here. You can see Apple is still on a downtrend based on the definition of a lower low, lower high, and you can see that it is still zigzagging with that particular pattern. Although the 10-week, which is the 50-day moving average, is kind of flattened out here, and also the price here last week is close above this 10-week moving average, but the 40-week or the 200-day moving average is still pointing downwards. So we're still waiting for these moving average to kind of flatten out to maybe set up some base before we could actually talk about a reversal in trend. But right now, until that has occurred, we'll still consider Apple is still in a downtrend. Right now, you're looking at the MACD. On the weekly MACD, we are seeing a little bit of a positive divergence, and there is a from last week I talked about in the last week video about the near-term potential swing trade. So let's go and take a look at that. And on the daily chart here, we're talking about this 419. And last week I was saying that if we break that 419, 420 level, there's a possibility of a nice near-term swing trade to swing up to this 439. And using the 20 EMA, slightly under the 20 EMA as the initial stop, and you can see if you took that trade and you have traded been a very profitable trade, and also the risk and reward is really turned out to be extraordinary. If we even just take that using this particular inside bar candle high here as an initial stop, that would have given us a 3 to 4 hour risk and reward right now. So let's if I do this using this particular point as the low, that high as a stop, initial stop, and let's say we use this the entry, the opening price on that following Monday, last Monday, as the entry point, which is slightly above the 420, somewhere around the 421 level. And you could see using this my Fibonacci retracement tool that I set up to give me a multiple 100%. So this is 1R, 2R, 3R, 4R. So if we play out, and if you took profit of 439, you still gain a little bit over 3R. So if we, for example, if you persistent size it on your trading plan, that if you risk $1,000 on the trade, then you basically have capture $3,000 profit. So that's not a bad trade for the week. But if you are still holding the trade, and here's what we're looking at, the possibility, and it wouldn't be surprised me to see the price to pull back down a little bit, and it might even come down and retest this 439, 440 area. But most likely it probably come down to this 445. If it come down, probably test this 445. The last week when I was mentioning about this particular gap fill and possibly get up to this 470, I was saying that we might be looking too far ahead. So right now for this week, this is not the case. There is a good possibility that we could see this come up and fill this gap here and possibly get up to test this 470. Then it come back down and maybe set up this reversal trend of the downtrend by setting up a slightly higher high, higher low. So that's basically the the thing to watch for on Apple. You could see this right here. We're seeing there could be a little bit of a minor support here at 448. Most likely, I'm kind of looking at this possibility of coming back down to maybe test this 5-day EMA near this 440 area, especially like this 445. I'm looking at the possibility of this 445 that might be get tested and then bounce off of that. So the next one that we want to take a look at is Amazon. Amazon came up with earnings, and it kind of got clobbered down here at the book at 252. and at the time we were basically looking at it to come down to somewhere around this 242 area here. I put the some of the trend line back here at this 242 here. That's the level that I was looking for, and also I believe the the option market was also kind of pricing that in as well. If it breaks this 252, we're basically looking at this 242. Right now, it seems to be holding above this 40-week moving average, which is the 200-day, with this little weekly hammer. But if you look at the 10-week moving average, which is the 50-day, it's kind of declining. I do believe that this price will come down and test this 242 in the coming week, because this support level here, this 252, might not be the true support. We might be looking at this 242 as a support level for this particular pattern to break. Then it will come down to this 220 or 218 level that we also was mentioned that from the last week video. So if we go back to looking at the daily, and we get into to the daily chart here. Okay, so let me get this. So we could see this 242 here. It kind of broke this 252 and kind of tested a couple days ago, and then on Friday it kind of popped. I would suggest to chase after this gap here. If it decides to come back up and we test this 50-day moving average, that's then we'll probably look at that to see if there's some kind of reversal there, and watch it make a break on this 252. But if they decide to come back up to this range here, up at the 277 level, then we just have to watch to see what the price action is. Is it going to break above this 277 and move back up to the upper trend line of this price channel? So right now it's basically it's pretty dicey to try to trade this Amazon right now based on this price action. I think the best thing is to be patient and keep an eye on it. And then the next one is Google. We can see Google here. It's basically right now it's on a new all-time high, which is a no man's land, and it's a new territory. And just like the previous all-time high that we'll talk about last time when it was down here at this 772 area, and I was saying that the one of the two that I use is basically the Fibonacci retracement to kind of get some gauge of where the next possible resistance level or a price target. So if I use this swing level here and use my Fibonacci retracement tool, then you can see that it placed the next potential target level somewhere around the $900 level, which is it's like a 55 points away from the current last Friday's close. So there's a possibility of this stock might even be the first one to hit that $1,000 mark, but one never know. It could also come down and maybe do a little bit of consolidation and retest this 819, because that was the level that I was looking at to break that 819 and break out and come up and test this particular high here. A lot of people might be looking at this as a double top, especially looking at the weekly, but to me a double top has to be a second top be lower than the previous peak, and in this case that's not what it turned out to be, because this high is lower than this high. So I wouldn't call this a double top, but it doesn't matter. Is what really matters is the price action, not the semantic or what you call it. So right now, basically, I'm looking for Google to possibly continue to move higher, because you look at these moving average, this 10-week moving average and a 40-week moving average, it's all still trending upward, and you can see the trend is still basically on the higher high, higher low type of zigzag pattern, and that's the definition of a rising trend on an uptrend. So the next one we'll want to look at is Netflix. You can see Netflix here. Let's go back to looking at the daily chart first, and if you see the watching the Netflix, here's a price earning breakout, and you can see it's kind of consolidating and holding up the holding above this earning gap here. And right now it seems to be waiting and deciding what it's going to do. But if we take a look at the weekly seems to kind of indicate that most likely it will break about this 222, 223 level and move to the next possible resistance somewhere around the 240. Or it could always come back down and retrace back down and test this 197, 198 for support. If you take a look at it on a weekly basis, and that leads us to take a little bit closer look at the daily here, and you can see from the daily chart here, we could see that the here's the breakout level that we want to keep an eye on, which is this 224, and this I believe this is the 210, 209 area. We take a look at this the low here. Yeah, it's 209.51, and here's the 224.30. So essentially, we are basically looking at this two level here, this band, and we're going to break. If it break down, a lot of people probably looking at getting this gap fill, but there's also this pivot level here that probably will provide some support before we get down to that gap fill. But more importantly, I believe this level here will get tested and probably provide some support if it break down, down to here. But right now, I'm more inclined to look at it to possibly breaking out of this 224 after do a little bit more consolidation. There could be a little bit fake out, and then break down here, trap some short before it go back up. So we just have to be careful. Right now, I'm just kind of waiting to see which way you're going to go, rather than try to do a guess on it and anticipate the move. So, and then finally, we'll take a look at Facebook. Facebook came out with earnings and got a nice little pop here. Then last Friday, it's kind of giving it back and retraced and came down and retest this $28 level here, 28.10 somewhere. This level somewhere about the 28.10. And right now, if we look at the weekly, you can see that the weekly is forming a this cup and handle pattern that we've been waiting for it to form for quite a while. So maybe this time it will actually finish up forming this cup and handle and get about this 32 and possibly make a little run to the IPO high and maybe even get to a new all-time high. So we just have to keep an eye on NFLX. NFLX seems to be showing a little sign of maybe possibly making a move to a higher level, because if we take a look at this here, the moving average, it's also kind of flattened out, and it is getting a little bit of a forming a little bit of a higher high, higher low pattern if we come down here and then make another zigzag. So right now I'm looking at this 29 as a resistance. If it break that resistance, we could see somewhere around here that we see this little gap. So it probably will fill this gap, and then the next level is somewhere around this 30 near the 31 level here, 30.80, 30.75. So that's basically some of the look of the price action on these stocks that just recently have posted earnings. So good luck to you next week on your trading.